Okay, students, you're watching this if you need some help on your homework. If you are not doing this assignment, then you're on the wrong video. So you'll want to find another video. Page 539, 13 through 19 odd, 27 through 43 odd. All right, well, let's roll. 13 through 19, we're simply solving radicals and rounding to the nearest tenth. That's one decimal place. So number 13 is square root of 6. So here we go. Grab my calculator, type in square root of 6, and you'll get 2.4494. We're rounding to the nearest tenth, so 2.4. All right, let's take a look at number 15. Number 15 is the square root of 34. Second square root, 34. 5.8 if you round correctly, 5.8. Moving on to number 17. Number 17 is the square root of 148. Square root of 148. That should be 12 point something, I believe. 148. And let's see what we can find out. Square root of 148 is 12.2. Notice that 6 makes that 0.1 become a 0.2. So 12.2. And then number 19. Number 19 is the square root of 186. Square root of 186. And if we type that into our calculator correctly, we will get 13.6. 13.6. All right, so there's 13, 15, 17, and 19. Okay, moving on. Numbers 27, 29, and 31 say multiply the radicals and then simplify if possible. So here's number 27. We have square root of 5 times the square root of 5. Now look, if you want to say there's a 1 here and a 1 here and take 1 times 1, that's fine. You don't need to, but that's fine. And then 5 times 5, inside number times inside number, would be 25. So we have 1 times, and really that 1 is just not necessary. I mean, there's just no need. We have the square root of 25. Well, students, I'm not going to simplify that. I'm going to solve it. I know the square root of 25. So the square root of 25 is 5. We know that. It's not square root of 5. The square root of 25 is 5. All right. All right, number 29. Well, we have a 1 right here. 2 times 1, outside number times outside number is 2. 5 times 7, inside number times inside number is 35. Now, here's my list of perfect squares. Do any of these numbers go into 35 evenly? No, they do not. So you cannot simplify the square root of 35. Number 31. Well, there's a 1 and a 1 on the outside. I really don't care about that. So square root of square root of 11 times square root of 22, inside number times inside number. That's 11 times 22. That would give you 242, I believe. Let's see. 242. Now, I've not worked this out ahead of time. I'm not sure. Will any of these numbers go into 242 evenly? Let's see. 4 does not. 9 does not. 16. 16 times 20 is 320. I guess I'll just grab my calculator real quick and do some dividing. 242 divided by 16. Nope. Nope. Oh, you know what does work though? Hey, I apologize, students. Sometimes you gotta go a little further in your list of perfect squares. Hey, 11 times 11 is 121. Sorry about that. Yeah, it is. So 2 times 2, 3 times 3, 100. So 121 does go into this. So I guess we have to make our list a little bigger maybe. I guess we add some more to this. But 121 goes into 242. 121 times 2. And now we do not know the square root of 2, but we do know the square root of 121, which is 11. So 11 on the outside, square root of 2. I guess we'll make our list a little bigger. 12 times 12 is 144. 13 times 13 is 169. 14 times 14. Ooh, I should know that one. I know I should know it, but I don't. 196. And then 15 times 15 should be 225, I believe. Yeah, 225. All right, so we made it a little bigger. There we go. All right, now let's continue on. And let's see if we can't tackle number 33. Now, number 33 simply says evaluate and then simplify if we can. So let's see what we can do here. We have 5 square root of 3 to the second power. So 5 square root of 3, we write it twice. 5 square root of 3, 5 square root of 3, we multiply. Outside times the outside, 5 times 5 is 25. Inside times the inside, 3 times 3, that's 9. Well, I'm not going to simplify the square root of 9. I'm going to solve that. I know the square root of 9. The square root of 9 is 3. So 25 times the square root of 9 really means 25 times 3, because the square root of 9 is 3. And so your final answer is 75. 75. All right, number 35. Square root of 18. They want us to simplify these. Well, let's put up our list here. There it is. And I do see a number that goes into 18. It's 9. 9 goes into 18 evenly, so 9 times 2 is 18. I know the square root of 9, so cross it off. Put a 3 on the outside. So your answer is 3 square root of 2. All right, moving on. Number 37. Well, let's put up our list of perfect squares here. And 48. 16 goes into 48. 4 does too. But 16 will be a lot faster. You can use 4, but if you use 4, you have to break it down. I'm going to go ahead and do it both ways. If you use 4, you would get 4 times 12, because 4 goes into 48. Cross off the 4. The square root of 4 is 2. So we have 2 square root of 12. Then you'd have to take 12 and break down 12 again, because 4 goes into 12. So 4 times 3. We know the square root of 4 is 2. Cross off the 4. Put a 2 on the outside. When you do, you multiply those numbers. So 4 square root of 3. Now that's fine, but there's a faster way. 16 goes into 48, so I could just say 16 times 3, because 16 times 3 is 48. And then what is the square root of 16? Well, it's 4, so put a 4 on the outside. Either way, you get 4 square root of 3. Does not matter. All right, number 39. Square root of 56. Well, let's see what we got here. Will any of these numbers go into 56? Let's see, 4 times 14, that'll work. 4 goes into it. So 4 does go into 56. 4 times 14. Which one do we know the square root of? Well, not the 14, but the 4. So cross off the 4. The square root of 4 is 2. So I'm left over with 2 square root of 14. Now, guess what? None of these numbers go into 14. None of them. So you're finished. On to number 41. Well, let's put our list up here. Right away, I think of 100, because 100 is a perfect square. Right here it is, 100. And we know 100 goes into 200. So you could actually use 25. 25 goes into 200. You could use 4. 4 goes into 200. But if you use the biggest number, it sure is a lot easier. It goes a lot faster. So 100 times 2 is 200. I do not know the square root of 2, but I do know the square root of 100, which is 10. So my final answer is 10 square root of 2. And now moving on to the last problem, number 43, square root of 44. Well, when I look at my list, the only thing I can see that goes into 44 is 4. And 4 goes into 44 11 times. So 4 times 11, cross off the 4, put a 2 on the outside, and we're left with 2 square root of 11. You really should be able to do these very, very fast, okay, for what we're going to be doing in math this chapter, okay? All right, there's your help video. I hope that was a help to you, and we will see you later.